Hello. Hi,
Oh, hey.
friends. Hey, it's Thursday, 9 p.m. on the eastern side of the country, and this is the Mike and Mish Show. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, man?
What-
What is this,
what-
Delilah?
Hey. Yeah. Tell us what your secret. Tell us about your problems. What's up, man? Dude, we are back here, back-to-back nights. We had a fucking awesome show last night. We had 3 great guests, and we're back at it, back-to-back nights, as we always do. And I'm excited to talk to 3 more killers tonight. What's going on with you, Mike?
I am chilling. I was just online looking all about and around, and there's a lot of things going on in the bare knuckle world right now.
Ben says you're such a creeper. Fucking
Oh,
creeper.
what a creeper. Listen, there's so much going on right now. You've got a lot of matches that could be made, that needs to be made. The people are still talking about the Starling, incident. Where's Faria going next? Where's Connor Tierney going next? Is
Dude,
MVP coming back? Who's Mike Perry fighting?
yeah, that's the one I
Who's
want to
Mike
know.
Richmond fighting?
Who's Mike Richmond fighting? That's the one I
There's
want to
just so
know,
much going
because
on here.
is it going to be a title fight against Francisco Ricci? Is it going to be something else, bigger, better? I don't know, man. That one's the one that they got to go ahead and freaking announce that one, because that one's the one we're excited about. But there's an event this weekend, dude. We cannot forget about this weekend's event, the debut of one of the biggest Muay Thai stars in the history of Muay Thai. Buakaw is going to fight Erkin Barrow in the main event. We got the graphic up here somewhere, Mike. Where is it? Put that thing up there, guys. You got to get the app. $4.99 a month for this app is the biggest steal in all of combat sports. And all you got to do is grab it and get on there, because we're going to be watching this thing. BKFC Thailand puts on a hell of a show every single time. And then 1 week after this one, you got to stick around, because, Britton Beltran and Fanny Palumpi, I fucked her name up pretty bad last night.
Yes, you did. Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
whatever,
Yes, you
Mike.
did.
We can't all be Mike Hunold, okay?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But I'm telling you, man, what a month for the BKFC. Unbelievable. Back to back events. Fucking awesome main events right across the board. I'm excited, man. I love this shit.
You know what else is this weekend? As we wait for Josh Dyer to pop up in our chat down here. Boom. Check it out. Tryouts,
Oh,
Jacksonville, Florida. Special guest Lorenzo Hunt, right in his hometown, right? Sign up, get over there. If you want to be a bare knuckle fighter, this is a great way to get in. And what a great host to have, the champ himself in his hometown. I mean, this is where you want to go if you want to try to get into BKFC. I mean, you've got Lorenzo Hunt himself. There's been plenty of fighters that have gone through the tryouts and have done well and are still fighting, are champions. I mean,
and the
get
thing is,
over to Jacksonville, Florida, and fucking get recognized.
with that, Mike, if anybody's ever seen any of the tryout videos where he's at them, where Lorenzo's at them, he is super hands-on with the guys that are at those tryouts. He's in there. He's holding pads. He's sparring with, light sparring with these guys. He's motivating the shit out of them. So that's one. We had a friend of ours that's in the military that said he was going to make the journey down there, and I don't know if he is or not. I haven't followed up with him, but hopefully he goes down there, because that'd be cool. The kid's got probably like 6 or 7 MMA fights. He did pretty well. He fought up in Alaska a few times, got a couple knockouts. But Evan Zentar dropped some info here, just so you guys know, for this weekend, 7 a.m. Eastern time. If you want to watch the BKFC Thailand 3 live, then they're going to rebroadcast at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So you want to watch it live, get up in the morning and watch it.
Yep. I'll be up because my kids like to get up at the ass crack of dawn and they love to wake me up. So I'll be going to bed about 12:31 a.m. and then they like to wake me up at about 5:30 a.m. So boom, I'll be there. You know, what's better than having a coffee and watching somebody get punched in the face till they pass out? You know?
Absolutely not. There's nothing better than that, especially when you have two little girls in your house and one's pulling the other's hair and the other one's screaming, and you're just sipping your coffee, watching people punch each other in the face. It's the best shit ever.
It is. It's fantastic. And maybe they'll have an ear infection too, and they'll be projectile vomiting like the other night before we went to the show. It's always fun. It's always fun. Never a dull moment in this house.
Yeah, man. It's you got a different dynamic over in your house than I do. I got the boys, man. I'm in a house of boys, and I tried to explain this to Amy. There's certain, and don't think I'm an asshole, people. There's certain time frames during a month that like we will never understand. Us boys in the house will never understand what you're going through, and we battle with the lady of the house during that time. And I'll tell you, man, it's a scary. Oh yeah, poor Amy's right. I'm telling you, it's a fucking house of testosterone. She gets all emotional. Tears start flying. Boys start fighting. We start breaking things. Thank God we got a pool.
Yeah. Yeah. How's that thing coming along, huh?
Dude, it's awesome, man. It's fucking awesome. We're gonna have like a little neighborhood party tomorrow to christen the pool. Um, it should be a good time. We don't have a deck around it, so right now it's kind of like just a weird looking pool sitting in the middle of a yard. But come next spring, we'll have a big platform around that thing. It'll be awesome. But tomorrow will be the big day that we pop that thing's cherry, Mike. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, that's exciting, man. I'd put a pool in here, but I don't trust any of the people around me to not die in it. So I'm not dealing with that type of shit. I don't need that kind of shit storm around here.
Yeah, no big deal. Hey, while we're waiting on Josh Dyer, we don't have a Stunod of the Week nomination this week, but I do want to tell you about a Stunod yesterday I ran into at the Big Y parking lot up here in Connecticut. So, guys, just picture this, right? I'm driving along the front of the building, and to my left are all the lanes that go down to the parking spaces. Right to my left, in the lane, the very first parking space is open, right? So I'm in my truck. I put my blinker on. So the parking spot's right there. There's a car coming the other direction. So I'm nice. I'm going to let the car go by me because he doesn't have his blinker on. I don't think he's pulling in anywhere, right? This motherfucker rips a Yui real quick right in front of my truck. Doesn't turn enough to get into the parking spot that I wanted enough. So he puts in reverse, backs right up into my truck, doesn't hit my truck, but backs right up into my truck and then pulls into the space right in front of me that I had my fucking blinker on for. Dude, it took every bit of energy in me to not jump out of my truck when I noticed that the guy was like pushing 400 pounds and possibly hurting in life. I took a look at him. I analyzed the situation and I was like, you know what? This guy's got enough problems. I'll just fucking go park in a different spot. But it's people like that, dude. Absolute Stu-nod move, if you ask me.
So would you tell him he's got a fast case of the slows? That's
he has a.
The guy's got a fast case of the slows. You don't know?
He's got a.
How do people not know how to use parking lots? You know what I'm saying? There's like simple factors in life that people just can't get a grip on it. And the parking lot's one of them. Getting off a plane is another one of them. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is when you're getting off a plane and you're waiting. The only thing you have to do when it becomes your turn is stand up, grab your bag, and walk to the front of the airplane. It's that simple. You use your legs and your arms. You do it every day. People will get up and they'll just start looking around. They start looking around and they're like, oh, fuck, I know I had a bag. I think I had a bag. I think I put it in this one.
Where did I
put it?
That's not
it. Is it? Oh, did I get a black? No, I didn't have a black. Did I have the purple bag? The purple bag's mine. And you're like, what the fuck are they doing? Why does it take 25 minutes to get off a plane? Just stand up, grab your bag, walk forward. I can do it so quickly. I mean, they should get a video and show it. You know, they show you how to buckle your shit. They should help show people how to get off the plane too at the end of that.
They should show that video.
This is how you get out of the fucking plane.
Dude, instead of how to buckle your seatbelt or put on the oxygen mask, that's what they should show. Because
this is how you get out of the plane.
This is how you
get up, get your bag, and get the hell out of the way. You got people on the back of the plane waiting to get the hell off for 25 minutes. There's like 100 seats. Like, get off the freaking plane. What are you waiting for? You know, they
Dude.
complain because the plane doesn't take off and they're sitting there like, oh, I'm going to miss my flight. But then when it stops and the door opens, it takes them 20 minutes to grab their bag and get off the damn plane. Oh, my God.
I'm telling you guys that are watching this show that this guy is the funnest fucking person to go on a trip with because this is how he is in real life, too. It's like Curb Your Enthusiasm episode in front of your very eyes. And like when Mike boxed out the people behind us that were trying to go down the lane, there was one day that we land and like, you know how your aisles is it should go. We start from the front aisle, row, all the
Row
way
by
back,
row.
right?
Boom,
Row
boom,
by
boom, boom.
row.
Let's go.
So Mike is sitting in the aisle seat of our
Front
row.
to back, nut to
And
butt. Let's
people
go.
behind us start going. Like they start going. This fucking dude, Dennis Rodman style, gets right in the middle of the freaking aisle. He's like, nope, no. This
Not
is
today.
this is not how you operate. This is not how a plane operates.
Yeah, these are adults.
And
that
he
we have to
stood
deal
there with his hands on the seat. And people just lined up behind him. And he let every single person in front of us go before it was our turn. And he was like, you know better than this. This
That's
isn't your
someone's
first.
parents.
Yeah. He's like, this isn't your first time on a plane. Come on. Come
Yeah.
on. And like nobody knows what to say to him. I swear to God. And I just sit there in the chair laughing my ass off because people don't act like that, Mike. And I love it.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit ridiculous. I'm not sure what's going on with Josh Dyer. He immediately answered me when I sent him the invite, and now he is just MIA. I don't know what happened. Hopefully he's okay. You know? Maybe let's fast forward Brad. We got big time Brad coming on. He's coming on real soon.
Dude,
Had a
we're
hell
going
of a battle this
to
past
talk to
weekend.
Brad. And I don't know if you guys have gone back and watched that fight between Brad Kelly and Isaac Valle-Flagg, but I'll tell you right now, we're going to talk to him about this. But one, he looked better than ever. But two, he put such a fucking beating on Isaac Valle-Flagg, and Valle-Flagg was like a damn zombie. I'm telling you right now, that guy, he couldn't get put down. It wasn't until the fifth round, after 9.5 minutes of a beating, he finally got put down. And I was like, let's talk about it with Brad Machine Gun Kelly. How about
let's
that?
do that. Let's do that.
First
get him in here.
guest of the evening, victorious in his last fight, now on a couple fight win streak, looking to keep the momentum going in the 165-pound division of the BKFC, coming off a big win over veteran fighter in Isaac Valle-Flagg. We got Brad Machine Gun Kelly. What is going on, man?
What's up, man?
Oh, it's good to see you,
Look
sir.
at this guy.
Yeah, good to see you too. My teeth feel better now that I've had a couple of days.
Yeah.
This guy. We got a new nickname for you.
What's that?
You hurt my feelings a little bit. We're calling you Big Time Brad Kelly. There he is, right there.
Big time Brad
Big
Kelly.
Time Brad Kelly. Made me cry. Luckily, I had a little tissue in my bag and I wiped the tears away. But
Wow, why'd I make you cry, man?
well,
because when we were backstage, we saw you with your dog, and we were like, "Are you doing an interview? You want to do an interview?" And you're like, "Nah, man, my teeth are so fucked up. I'm hurting right now. Can't do no interviews tonight." We do some things. We walk right out the curtain, and you're doing an interview with Big Boy Jensen, and we're like, "Look at this motherfucker right here."
They made me do that, bro. I swear.
They guilted you into it.
I told Scott, I was like, man, I don't want to do an interview, man. I don't know if I told Scott that or not. I'm lying. I think I was just in the moment. And
they guilted you.
Yeah, something like that. I apologize.
We're not those kind of assholes.
We're just busting your
never
balls,
guilt
man.
you into doing something like that. You know, we just make you feel bad about it when you get on our show.
Yeah, I do feel bad. At that moment, though, I did have a few minutes to calm down. Like my teeth were really hurting bad.
Dude.
Well, I only cried a little, so don't worry about it.
What was the injury in your teeth? Did he break any of the teeth? Was the gum did anything break? Or was it just?
Oh yeah, they were completely gone. Like right down here, they split all the way to the gum on both sides. My teeth are completely gone. Like from the second he caught me with the jab, and I felt him. I was like, oh shit, I got to get that back because my teeth were gone, and I had to fight from the second round to the fifth, all the way to the end of the fight with my teeth floating in my mouth. So. It was a weird feeling.
That just sounds very painful. And you proved that you're an absolute warrior. And actually, in between, was that the first round that happened? Second round. In between that round and the next round, your coach says, "Well, it is what it is. You could either fucking carry on or you can quit. What are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
you're like, "Yeah."
That's what I keep telling everybody. Like, I wasn't complaining that I was gonna quit. I was just like, "Hey, man, my teeth are gone. I'm about to go get that back now."
Nah, man.
Just wanted to let them know it hurt. It's fucking hurt. I
like,
want to let everyone know about it.
So in the gym, anybody that's ever sparred me, they know, like, if you catch me good, I just start walking forward with my hands down until I get my lick back. And if you look in the fight, like, after he knocked my teeth loose, I literally started walking with my hands down, like stalking him down, because I was trying to get that shit back.
Nah, man, you showed up better than ever. And like in the comments here, you got Monica saying impressive win. It was impressive as hell.
Yeah.
Jacob saying every time you come out, you show that you're tougher than your opponent every single time. What I thought about this fight was your relentless forward pressure on him. And when you got into the clinch with a guy like Isaac Valle-Flagg, who is known for his clinch work, he's extremely good in the clinch. You fucking schooled his ass in the clinch. Every time you guys clinched up, you were dominating his body. You were going low and then up high. You were staying busy.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be in the clinch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was really impressive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did MMA for 14 years, man. Like,
yeah,
I've got good grappling, good jiu-jitsu, and good wall work, everything. And that's one of my best defenses is clinching on a wall. So I'm comfortable there. I just hadn't utilized it. I just don't like to clinch. I just like to stand and straight, you know.
Let me ask you this: during the fight, your coaches must have seen, like, sensed that you were getting tired, which I didn't think it didn't appear that you were getting tired at any time.
I was exhausted.
They were like, you need the gable grip, you need to just hold him in the clinch, and in the corner, you're like, yep, and then you go back out there. Every time you got in the clinch, you just continued to beat on his ribs. You kept doing it, and then they're like, well, hey, clinch up.
So two things. He was telling me I'm kicking his ass standing up. So if I just clinch, they're going to break the fight up, right? So they'll separate and get back to striking. In the fight, when I did clinch up, Dan told me, he said, hey, don't lock your hands together like that. Don't lock your hands together like that. And I'm like, I thought we could clinch if we wanted to separate. So I thought I was getting in trouble and trying to listen to my coach at the same time. So it was a little bit of confusion, you know?
Okay.
Dan was like, and he said it the first time kind of nice, and the second time he kind of scolded me. He's like, hey, don't clench your hands together. And I was like,
huh. So is that a rule? You can't do that? I guess we're gonna have. It's another one of those situations with bare knuckle and still not knowing exactly what the hell the fucking rules
right.
are. Right?
Yeah. Because I thought if you gable grip and clinch up, they'll separate you guys.
Then they'll separate. Yeah.
You know, and I'm I try to keep it classy, man. I don't like to fight dirty. So if I thought I was doing something wrong, you even see me a couple of times in the fight, I put my hands together, then I do this. I'm like, oh, my bad, I forgot. You know, so just got to clarify it next time.
I have a few other. I mean, I was thinking about things I want to ask you because you were so, like I said, you came out impressive as hell. Your energy was up, even though you say you were exhausted. You didn't really put that out to the audience. No. You were fighting at 6,000 feet above sea level. Did the elevation fuck with you at all?
100%.
Really?
My mind was telling me to do things. My body was telling me no. I'm telling you, man, I trained so hard for this fight. My cardio was not an issue, but I put in so much work since I got my mind right. Oh my God, I put in so much work. And Brandon Davis has took my striking to another level. There were so many different angles that I was wanting to hit and movement so much better. Man, once your cardio goes, I just had to fake it till I got out of there, you know. But in the second round, I was exhausted. You know, my body wasn't. My lungs felt like they were on fire, and I just had to keep.
That is crazy. Like, we talked to Tony Soto last night, and he was like, "Man, the elevation." He's like, "My mouth was like cotton mouth all weekend." I was like chalky mouth.
Yep, 100%. When I got in the cage, I was like, "Man, it feels like I got sand in my mouth."
That sucks.
I ran out of breath running upstairs to get ice at the hotel.
Yeah,
I did take a few extra breaths when I got up there.
While I was warming up, man, like my legs started feeling like Jello while I was waiting in the booth to walk out. Like, it really, if I didn't have such a strong mind, like, I would have let it get to me. I was like, man, did I do enough? Did I do this? But then I just shut all that crap out, and I was like, you know, I did do enough, and I'm going to go out here and prove it. So that's what I did.
So, had you fought anywhere that had open scoring before?
Nope.
Was that strange to you, or did you like it? Because
I didn't care.
you didn't care. Going into the 5th round, your corner let you know that you were up 4 rounds to 0. Just go out there, coast through the. I don't know if they said that, but they said take it easy. Don't fucking go nuts in this.
He said
round.
don't get reckless, but still let's try to put him away.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Brandon Davis, man. He just don't like taking rounds off, and he's always trying to finish a fight. And to be honest, I said this even at my post fight interview that I didn't want to get a knockout. Like if it came, but I wasn't trying to knock him out because I want the next guy and the next and the next to see I'm getting better and better, and I'm gonna bring that every fight. You know, you're literally gonna have to like put me to sleep or hurt me really bad to get me to quit.
Man, it was like I said, it was impressive as hell. I was trying to find flaws in your game when I was rewatching the fight again today, but like you really had a pretty stellar performance. Now you're on a little bit of a win streak. You're feeling better than ever. You look like you're in the best shape as I think I've ever seen you in.
Yeah.
What is next for you? Do you have anybody in mind in your division that you would like to get in there and scrap with?
Any of them, man. I'm telling you, Scott gave me a list of names, and I told him I didn't care who it was. As long as the money's right, they're going to get the same business from me. And look, I'm not an arrogant person, man, but my mind is at peace right now, and I'm more focused than ever. I'm more motivated. I have people that care about me at the gym, and I'm around some of the best people on the coast, and they're going to figure out how to beat whoever's in front of me.
I just sorry, I that kind of like chuckled out loud at this. Dickman Dickelheimer wants me to ask you, did Brad enjoy all the thick Latinas shrieking their heads off in Albuquerque?
I didn't see any of them, man. So okay, I want to touch on that too. And I was so mad at the fights. I mean, I was livid because I went to Iraq to keep my freedom, right? We get there and I'm motivated. I'm ready to fight, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We get to the venue. There's all these guys in his suits, the commission, and they would not let us leave our rooms until we fought. Like we had to sit back in our rooms until we fought. So I didn't even get to go see the crowd or anything like that. The only time I got to see the crowd was when I fought. And that was it.
Oh man. And it was, and you fought in front of it. It was an insane friggin' crowd.
Yeah.
And on top of the crowd and not letting you guys go out there and see the crowd, they weren't. You couldn't have Gatorade in the back, right?
No,
there was like you couldn't have a pre-workout. There was nothing. You couldn't have shit but water, right? Nothing else.
I cussed at a bunch of people back there. I know that. I was really vocal about how frustrated I was. One dude tried to tell me to put tape around my shoes because the shoestrings was too long, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Put red fucking tape on my shoes I just paid for." Hell no.
I saw somebody with tape around their shoes. It might have been. It might have been Tony. So yeah. Because I was looking at shoes, I was like, does he have tape around his shoes? And I was thinking in my head, like, have I just missed this every time I've watched fights? Like, is this a normal thing? And I started like second guessing my whole life, like, have I never seen this?
And another thing, normal. Like, I'm not a big like suit wearing person or whatever, but my first BKFC event I went to, I come up there in a hoodie and a pair of jeans, and Nate Shook kind of made fun of me. He was like, damn, Brad, you didn't have to dress up for the occasion. You know what I mean? So I went out and spent like $600 on this suit to wear to the fights, and I couldn't even wear the shit. I couldn't even like go show it all because we were stuck in the back. That's what I was most mad about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was odd, and I could tell you that like they were weird about letting. I know that like every event they're pretty strict about letting people backstage that don't have passes, but like I would think that they would make exceptions for like certain teammates of certain stature. And if like someone, say the karate hottie from the UFC, wants to go say hello to John Dotson before his fight, but no, the commission was like, no, unless you have a official cornerman pass, you can't go back there. I was like, oh. Wow,
that's ridiculous, man.
They're very strict on that shit in New Mexico. I guess that would be like the one knock on New Mexico, because everything else about the weekend and the event was fantastic, I thought.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it was like it was almost a mental block for me. I don't know if it made me fight better or if it affected my fight in any way. But when I first got there, I was happy. Dude, I said almost up until like 2 fights before me, I just sit back there like a pouting kid, dude, just mad. Just didn't want to talk to anybody, and it affected my mind. I even told him, I was like, do you even realize the mental state you just put me in? Like, I was happy when I first got here. Now I'm pissed off and I don't even want to be here anymore. So it almost affects you as a fighter. And at least it did me anyway. I don't know if that's just because I'm an Army vet and I went to Iraq to keep my freedom or what, but it did affect me.
Damn.
Goddamn veterans. You guys I don't
Crybabies,
know.
man.
Nah, man, that's awesome. We love
11 boo-boos.
Yeah, we love the fact that you brought that up, man. You did a lot of things in your military career and that they don't really get brought up. And everyone needs to recognize the fact that Brad's done a lot of the things that these other guys have done. And he just doesn't talk about it because he's a humble guy.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the 165-pound fight from the week before your event, Connor Turney versus Joe Elmore.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that event? And would you be down for a fight with either one of those fellas? Or would you take a fight against Joe Elmore fresh off a loss?
Yeah, I would 100%. Joe's a big name. Actually, Joe just got mad at me.
Really? What happened?
What did you do?
So it was brought up that he should fight Elvin, or Joe and Elvin should be in a fight because I just fought Connor, hurt his hand or whatever. And Joe made a comment that it should be for an interim 65 title. Well, I commented on there. I was like, Elvin just lost and you just lost. So how could y'all be fighting for a belt? And he come back and told me that everybody I beat was unranked and he could beat Flagg in an easy fight, whatever for him. And that he won on all the stats, right? I don't see how he won on all the stats. I like Joe. He's a savage, but he didn't win that fight.
I agree with you on that 100%.
And I don't know what stats he's talking about, but Connor's got some slick footwork, man. And Joe just couldn't find his range with him. It don't make him a bad fighter. I just don't think he won that particular fight. And I think he got a little bit irritated with me about it, but it is what it is. Right's right and wrong is wrong and wrong is wrong, man. I call it how I see it.
Well, maybe you should fight each other.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
I mean, hey, I'm down for it. I don't care. And I've already talked to Connor about fighting him too, because he called Elvin out also. He was like, how about me and Elvin, fight for an interim belt since Palomino wants to do whatever at 55. And I was like, Elvin just lost, so how about me and you fight? And he was like, I'm down either way. So I don't care, man. It doesn't matter to me.
Was he insinuating that he thought he won the fight? Like, no offense to Joe. Did Joe think he won that fight?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I
got a message. He messaged me saying he won on the stats.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whether you won on stats, on paper you lost. So a title fight just don't make sense. Sorry, I can't talk, man. My teeth are kind of getting in the way of my pronunciation.
No, fine.
You sound fine.
Mike, your thoughts on this?
I didn't have Joe Elmore winning. In the beginning, I thought he was doing more, and I was like, I felt like Connor Turney, he's not engaging. He's really not doing much. So I wonder, if he's gonna, start stepping up the pace a little bit, which he did, and obviously he planned that. That's what it seemed like. But when he started really pushing the pace towards the end of round 2, round 3, he started taking off. And so he probably just planned that, I'm just going to wait a little bit, get him frustrated. I'm going to start picking him apart. And that's what he started doing. So in the beginning, I was like, all right, well, if it continues like this, Joe's going to end up winning because he's the only one coming forward and doing anything. But yeah, I definitely did not have him winning on the cards. And I know the punch stats, I know we knock these all the time, and sorry for whoever's doing them, but they just don't do a good job with them. So they're
especially,
always
pitter punches, man. Like punches I think significant strikes should be counted, not pitter patting, like touching 5 times with the jab. You know what I mean? Like that's not a punch. That's setting up range so you can land a big punch.
Right, and it barely touches, but then they're like, oh, that's a punch. There it is.
Yeah.
So
I would have to go back. I'm gonna go back and watch that fight again because I'll watch it with an open mind because I thought that Elmore lost that one pretty clearly, and I'm not just him. I thought it was very clear that Connor won that decision. And I like Joe. I thought Joe was gonna tear his head off. I'm not gonna lie.
from the press conference, like Joe stole that show, man. I'm not taking anything away from Joe. I just don't think he won that fight.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again for sure. But man, I was looking at your division, right? Every time an event finishes up, we look at who won, who lost, what's next. Your division is huge compared to like the rest of the BKFC. There are so many 165ers and actually 155ers and 165ers. Freaking half the BKFC roster is in those two freaking divisions, man. You
Yeah.
have so many options. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I know a buddy of yours was at the event, and I know you guys are cool with each other. But I bet you Jeremiah Riggs and you would be a hell of a fight come whenever his knees healed, say February-ish time, like this, like the February, January.
Jeremiah's such a cool dude, man.
Yeah, he's great. He's
awesome.
great. He's great. And I think that would be a good fight. I don't know if you're interested in that one.
I'm interested in whatever gets me paid and gets me recognized, man. I'm telling you, it's at the end of the day, it's all business, right? We're buddies. Even me and Tony Soto was like, I told him I was going to drop to 55, and then I was like, well, damn, you're at 55. He was like, so what, man? If we fight, we fight. And I was like, yeah, that's right. You know, we could be boys afterwards. It's no hard feelings, man. I can be just as aggressive with my buddies in the gym as I would be in a fight. Same thing, man. When we spar hard at the gym. We shake hands afterwards. It's no different. It's the same thing.
Well, you know what? People are excited about Elmore and Kelly. Knucklemania 3, Elmore and Kelly, fire emojis. Let's do it. Let's do a speed round with you and let you get on your way. We're excited that you stopped in the talk.
I hate these things with y'all, man. Y'all,
no,
my mind don't think
no,
that
you
quick.
Don't hate them.
Here it is. Speed round with the machine gun, Kelly. Here we go. Number one, this is easy for you. What's the worst detail you ever got put on when you were in the Army?
Oh, shit.
You ever burn shit?
No, I've never burned shit. I was pretty squared away, man. Like, I didn't have any bad details. Shit, you always give me these stupid questions.
There's good detail?
Huh?
You know, to like direct traffic for some stupid ass thing, or like stand in formation and listen to some dumb ass speech.
So I did have to go get some laundry and basic training one time. I mean, that was pretty shitty. It was pretty shitty.
Brad, you know what the best one I ever like? We're kind of the same as you. I haven't been put on a lot of shitty details myself either. But like you said, you mentioned basic training. That's when all the people get creative with their punishments. I was in Fort Knox, Kentucky in July. It's 100 degrees outside. And my drill sergeant had this dude with a gas mask on push mowing a dirt lot across the street. It was the funniest goddamn thing. And like everybody was outside in formation watching a cloud of dust go back and forth across the thing. And he's like, look over there. And then there's another drill sergeant like right outside the cloud of dust yelling into it as if you can fucking hear him. That's one of the
crazy.
That's crazy. Mow the dirt lot. There we go. Number 2.
I had a drill sergeant do something real fucking stupid too, where they made somebody wax the grass outside. You know how you wax the floors, how they used to always make you clean. You pick everything up, you clean, you wax the floors. This dude had some guy outside waxing the grass.
That's crazy.
Like 3 hours. Just wax the grass.
My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So we got this guy. His name was Tinkstrom. We call him Tink Tink. So 2 things before we was mobilizing, and we had a Hummer sitting outside, and Sergeant Buckley was like, Tink Tink, I want you to do me a favor. He said, go out to that Humvee with his hammer, and I want you to find all the weak spots in it. He said, for every weak spot you find in it, I want you to put a white circle around it. So this dude went out there for an hour. Tink Tink, Tink Tink Tink. That thing looked like a damn Dalmatian when he got done with it, bro.
Oh man, that's fantastic. That is fucking funny. Awesome. All right. Good.
Number two, would you rather be criticized or ignored?
I don't mind being ignored. I don't like being criticized. I'm a humble guy, but I don't like being glorified. But I don't like being demoralized or criticized. Yeah, I'd rather be ignored.
It's a good answer. There you go. Number 3, what's your favorite Stallone movie that's not a Rocky film?
Rambo.
There it is. Easy. See, you're good at this game.
Yeah, that was my favorite movie of all time, man. Rambo. I used to walk around with a little knife and everything, acting like I was him.
Put a headband on.
Yeah, I did, bro. All of it.
Number 4.
Hey, tell us a funny story
You
from
just
basic
did.
training. Something crazy. I know you did. Yeah, you just did. Tink tink.
Yeah, that was a funny one. Trying to think of what was a damn basic training. I had a pretty horrible experience. Well, 2 people got killed when I was in basic training.
No.
So
Wow. What?
yeah, that
That's
ain't a
not
funny
funny.
story, but I'll tell you about it if you want me to.
Yeah, that's
not
crazy. What happened?
So one guy, they give you jobs like squad leader, platoon leader, whatever. Where they give this one dude a platoon squad leader position, and he kept messing with this dude all freaking basic training the whole time, for like 16 weeks. And at the end of the cycle, man, that dude took an E-tool and stabbed him to death with it.
What?
Oh, what?
Stabbed him to death. Yeah, it
With
wasn't
an
in my
E-tool?
company. With an E-tool, bro. With an E-tool.
Oh my
And
God.
another guy, these are 2 different. I was in Alpha Company in Fort Benning. This is in like Foxtrot and Echo Company.
I went there.
The dude had a grenade.
What
It was
the hell?
cold when we first when we graduated, and we went to a grenade range, or they did. And this one drill sergeant kept giving this dude a hard time the whole cycle. And you get to throw 2 grenades when you're there.
Yep.
So the guy that he was messing with, he ended up being the instructor for this particular.
No.
Yeah. So the dude took the grenade, threw the first one, bam, fine. He had a big jacket on, and he pulled the pin on the second one, shoved it down his jacket, grabbed him and shoved it down, and then jumped on top of him and killed both of them.
What?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's the fucking craziest shit
all
ever.
in the same cycle of basic training.
Good
That's
stuff.
the fucking craziest shit I've ever heard. That's
wild
nuts.
shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they shut down basic training for the rest of the fucking month?
No, but they shut it down for a while, man. Like it was a big deal. So
yeah,
I was like, holy shit, man.
Christ.
Like some people's mental capacity, like they just can't handle things, Like
Yeah,
they should not
God.
even sign up for the Army.
No, don't do it.
Wow. All right, let's go. One last question for you, and then you're going to get on your way. You're going to play matchmaker right here. You're allowed to book one fight in the BKFC. No restrictions. Who you having fight each other in the square circle? Who is it?
Oh, no restrictions? Like,
Yep.
what do you mean by no restrictions?
Like, it could be anybody.
Oh, me and Palomino, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Like how you
Me
put
and
himself in there.
Palomino, baby.
You and Palomino for the
That is
165
a potential fight that they're talking about. Like, if I get one more fight, then I get a title shot. So whoever it is, I'm ready. I don't care. I know Palomino is gonna be a tough guy to beat, but we'll figure something out with him.
That'd
Hell
be
yeah.
phenomenal. I know you'd put on a show with that guy. That'd be fucking phenomenal.
100%, man.
Brad, you put on a hell of a show in Albuquerque. You're on a roll right now. You're looking better than ever. If you want to say a few last words, go ahead and then let you go.
I'm good, brother. I got to get home and get something to eat. My nose hurt. I just got through sparring, actually, and Alan Belcher caught me with a freaking left hand on my nose, and it hurts a little bit. So I'm going to go.
Goddamn Alan Belcher. Oh,
bet.
Yeah. I shouldn't have been sparring. I just got my teeth fixed, but when you're a fighter, man, you just can't help it.
Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time, and thanks for adjusting your time and coming on a little earlier than expected, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Night.
All right.
You take it easy.
Later.
Dude, that fucking story about basic training is fucking nuts, dude. I've heard some crazy stories, but that one's wild. Yeah. Thank you very much to Brad, Machine Gun Kelly. All his social medias were at the bottom that whole time. I'm hoping that you guys are all following him already. We got our next guest in the weight room here. We're going to bring him on. He is fighting in the co-main event in Montana on September 10th against Joe Diesel Riggs. He is Josh Dyer.
How's it going, guys? Good to be here.
Look at this handsome son of a bitch. Ken Doll himself.
So look at you, you handsome devil, you.
Dude, this is the most handsome channel. Look at us. We're the three amigos over here holding the shit down. How
How
you guys doing?
Gotta control yourself, ladies.
I'm doing way better than the last time you came on this show, huh?
Really?
If you remember, it was only you and Kyle. I wasn't here.
Yeah, you weren't even here, man. So
I was throwing up.
You had COVID or what?
I did not have COVID. I had like a stomach virus or some shit, and I was throwing up.
Dude.
I watched, but I was puking, and I said, "Kyle, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it.
All right,
let me see how it is when the show comes around." And I was like, maybe I can do it." He's like, "No."
Sorry, Mish held it down, man. That guy just rapid fired me the whole time, bro. We're good.
Yeah.
Big
was
Ben
good.
says 3 blind stew nods. What does that mean?
Nods.
I have
don't
no
know.
idea. I'm not blind.
Oh.
I don't
Oh,
wear
I
All
know what
glasses.
stew
I'm
nods
blind
mean.
criticism, so we can do this.
You know what? I am pretty blind too, though.
Yeah, you too, but I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with my eyes. Is there something wrong with my eyes? God damn it!
Oh man, dude, what's going on, Josh? You're back. You're coming off of an impressive win over a guy with an amazing resume, Dakota Cochran. You dispatched him in the first round, right? It was a first round finish. Now you're fighting Joe Diesel Riggs in what I believe is his retirement fight, or could be his retirement fight. What do you know about this fight? Is this going to be his last one, or are you going to make it his last one?
He doesn't think it's his last one, but it is his last one. Yeah. So he's going to find out fight night that it's his last one. So the rumor was started. I believe it. Now I'm going to believe into reality. So yeah, it's too bad for him.
How was the training going from last fight to this fight? I mean, you looked great in the last one. You said you were feeling great going into that last one. No changes, just status quo for you. You're going to just breeze right into this one like you did the last one?
Yeah, this one's going to be fun. I did hear you guys talking a little bit about the elevation change. So, yeah, we've been having to take a couple different things to kind of try to bump up my cardio a little bit just to make sure that I'm ready for that difference, because it sounds like it messes with everybody. So, yeah, I'm going to try to make sure that's not an issue. So I've been using the elevation mask. I'm going to go train a little bit of high elevation for the next week. So we're going to try to make sure when I show up, I'm not going to have any excuses that night.
Would you say this is the biggest like stature fight of your career? You fought Lorenzo Hunt in the past. You also fought, which I was going back through your record, I didn't realize you fought Devin Clark back in the day. And
dude, I fought Devin Clark 3 times, bro.
Back when you were amateurs, or was that?
Yeah, that was amateur, man. I've been in the local ranks for a long time. A lot of guys went pro after 5, 10, 15 fights. I've been doing this for a while. I got 30 fights in right now, so I've been doing this for a while. I fought all the tough guys before they were the big name guys, and just kind of took my sweet time. And now it's my turn to jump up and show up. Yeah, I fought Devin 3 times. The first time we fought, we had a 5-round war in my hometown, and then we had a charity boxing match in Vermilion, South Dakota, and I knocked him out in the 2nd round. And
wow,
the 3rd fight, he came back to my hometown and beat the shit out of me in the 2nd round. So yeah.
He's no slouch, man. I was like, man, you got a pretty decent resume of fights under your belt as well, man. You're not you're just because you have a you're 3-1. Are you 3-1? 3-1? Just because you only have only 4 fights in bare knuckle doesn't mean you only have 4 fights. You know what
That's
I mean?
right. Yeah, it's adding up pretty quick, man. And I'm starting to hit that stride where I'm starting to learn all the angles. I thought I knew angles like 20 fights ago, but nah, dude, I'm starting to learn that right now, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, who's that behind you? Who's that behind you there?
That's Emmy. She's my little cheerleader over here. Yeah, she's the one that I can throw up and land on my hand. She can stand up there, do all her.
When I was a baby, I could do it.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Gymnastics or what?
9 months old. We've been doing some bouncing and stuff.
Gymnastic classes and dance and all that?
You betcha. Yeah, we're taking a break from gymnastics right now, but we're going to hop back in.
Yeah, I do. My daughter, my oldest daughter goes to gymnastics. It's sometimes it's very fun for me, and sometimes I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, the first couple of years is rough. You got to like watch them learn how to like walk and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. I've done gymnastics, done the cheerleading life, so like I can relate to all of it. And I really enjoy that.
Can you pull off like a back handspring and some crazy back?
Oh yeah, dude. That's my signature. Every fight I win, I do a back handspring. So yeah, I'll be up there ready to do it again. I didn't do it in Jared Warren fight, or the Dane Sayers fight, but all the other ones I do. So yeah, I'll hit a back handspring after I do this one for you guys.
There you go. Now you're heading into Riggs's hometown, or well, what he calls home now.
Yeah, dude, where does this guy even live? I swear to God, every time I try to research this dude, he's in a different spot, and it's like his hometown. I'm like, is it Arizona? He's Great Falls.
No, he's up there in Montana now. That's where he calls home. He buys tomato. He plants tomatoes up there.
Yeah, that's where his tomato field is.
Okay, cool.
Nah, man, Riggs has been around for a long time. He's beaten a lot of people. This is a great fight for you. If you go out there and pull off a victory on this one, do you have a possible title shot? Do you have somebody in mind? Somebody in the comments was like, mentioned Mike Richmond. Would you be interested in a Mike Richmond fight?
Yeah, man, I'm the southpaw killer. It don't matter who you put me up against, but if it's a southpaw, they're dead. I've got a 100% win ratio over southpaws, buddy. Yeah, they always feel like they come in with that advantage, and that's a disadvantage for them because I've been training with southpaws for years. So I hop in there, and they expect to be a little bit better and faster, and think they can slack, and they get a rude awakening real quick.
Man, I'm excited. Like this one could absolutely be a main event. You guys are on the co-main of another big event. You
Always
guys
the girls, man. The girls always
Yeah.
show up and steal the show. You know.
You know what? But it's for the first ever BKFC strawweight title. So
Yeah.
you know what? You gotta
Power to them. They got the fans. They got the coverage. I'm just like, hey, have fun. I'm not jealous over here. I'm just trying to get my shot eventually.
Trying
How do
to
you
steal
see
your damn shine? You trying to steal my shine?
So these girls, man, they shine and I'll shine on everybody.
They definitely
The
are.
daylights out of each other.
They
Yeah,
do for sure.
Man, it's and you know what? The BKFC is doing a good job of bringing more women in and building up the women's divisions because for a while there was about 7 girls in the 125 division, and now they have enough to have 2 whole divisions with belts in both divisions. That's fantastic, man. Right?
Yeah, it's fun. I can't believe like how entertaining women are to watch. You know, most of them don't really knock each other out, so they just beat the piss out of each other. And I'm just like, this is more violent than the dudes. I'm like, God, there's a couple of these chicks I wouldn't want to mess with.
I think that's it's a good observation because they don't really knock each other out often. So that's where you get these crazy long fights where they just beat the snot
Like
out of each other.
600 punches each.
Right. Yeah, because they get mad, they get real mad and catty and they just keep going and going and going. And when you think it's going to end, it doesn't. Yeah. They just come out in the 5th and they're going just as hard as they did in the first.
That doesn't sound like any fun. I'd rather just knock them out quick.
Right. You're out of there. It's a quick night. And you have a couple drinks before you know
it. Get in and get out. These girls be in there freaking 5 rounds just beating the daylights. I'm like, damn.
And then they don't even make up. They don't even make up at the end. They still hate each other.
Yeah, right. They'll steal each other's men and shit. I'm like, girls are catty.
Hey, how do you see your fight with Riggs playing out? Kevin Smith's in the comments saying that you looked like a matador in your last fight, which you did. It was very impressive.
Unlock the device.
Oh, what you got going on over there?
Dude, that was you guys. Somebody said you were talking to my phone stall trying to get me to do some hacking shit. I'm like, must be Bixby listening to us.
Oh, man. How do you see this playing out with Riggs, man? Riggs is he hasn't fought since Lorenzo, right? This will be his first fight since Lorenzo, and that was a rough night out. I mean, Lorenzo was on top of his game that night. What are you expecting on September 10th?
Pretty similar I don't know, ending as what he had last time. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to tear him up, might take a thing or two from Lorenzo and, go ahead and utilize that on him, see how that works. If that doesn't work, I got about 3 other southpaw game plans to mess him up. I'd like to see a knockout in the first round. I had a dream I just finished him in the first round. So I'm really excited to go out there and do it. I've never dreamed about a victory before. I heard about somebody on your show the last time had a dream, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Now I'm having dreams about it. It was easy. It was like the easiest fight ever. I'm like, damn.
That's that positive visualization, right? That's
3 left hooks followed by a right hook into the fight. I'm like,
there it is, man.
That's manifest this.
It's pretty specific.
Very specific against the ropes.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, in your last fight, I know before the fight you had surgery, on your eyes, and how awesome was that in your first fight? Like it helped you a lot.
Confidence wise, yes, because there's always the fear of like getting hit and then the contacts being knocked out, which it happened in my last 2 fights before I got LASIK. And dude, it just changes everything, man. Once I'm legally blind in both eyes. So the second that one goes, you have that like good, bad, and in the middle, of like the blur. And I'm just like, shit, I got 3 targets right here. I got to fight now. And, I was very confident whenever I fought Dakota because I just knew there's only so much he could do to me. He doesn't have that win scenario of like the contact. So I was very confident when I went in, and it played out really well. So
now that you had the LASIK, are you completely glasses and contact free, or do you still wear contacts?
Hell no, man. For the first time
Nothing.
in my life, man, I wake up in the morning. I
That's
can see.
amazing.
Yeah, I've never had that before. It's like I wake up and I can't see anything,
How
and I was
weird.
always afraid of like somebody breaking into my house because I'm like, fuck, I can't see if it's a friend or a buddy or somebody else. I'm like, I just gotta kill him. I ain't got
That's
no
Dude,
choice.
so LASIK eye surgery is so effective that it could take somebody who's legally blind and make them glasses free. That's freaking nuts. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? That's just
With how bad mine was, they were pretty sure they were gonna have to do 2 surgeries to get it, to where it is, and they probably still could do one more to like sharpen it a little bit. But I mean, I can see, dude, so I don't really give a fuck, man. I got what I need right now. If I need to touch up later, I'll just pay for it again. Right now, I'm golden. So
and it worked right away for you.
yeah, I
Because
was
you hear-
nervous. I did experience double vision for a couple months, and I thought that wasn't going to go away. They said it was supposed to go away within like 90 days, and 6 months into it, I could still like have the double vision. So I thought for sure I was going to have to have another surgery, but it worked out pretty good. So I don't got to worry about that excuse anymore. I'm pretty excited.
Oh my
That's
God.
wild. Because my old man, my dad got LASIK eye surgery, and it didn't like take right away for him. And he thought it was never going to. It was like 6 months down the road, and he was still like in a fog. And then he like all of a sudden, like one day, he like woke up and everything was clear, and he was like, "Holy shit, it finally cleared up."
I was stressing too. Like 6-7 months into it, I was like, "Man, this sucks." I was like, I expected better, but it is what it is. But it did clear up pretty good. I can see great now.
That's awesome, dude. Good for you. That's great. Hopefully that's like the one missing piece that takes you to the promised land, man, because everybody knows you went 4 rounds with the reigning champ back in Knucklemania. That was a long time ago, but like you guys battled for a while there before it ended, and now this is kind of like a new you. You could see straight, like literally.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. Fighting is a lot easier now. It's just a lot easier. I got less to worry about. I just go in there and I just zoom in on what I need to do, and I just try to do it.
It's awesome.
Well, my friend, what do you think about a speed round before you get out of here?
Let's get it.
Get that speed round.
Speed round with D-Day. Are you D-Day? Are you Kendall? Are you both? What are you?
I don't give a fuck, man. We'll go with D-Day.
D-Day.
That's the one I picked.
There you go. D-Day. Dyer. Number 1. If you didn't have an American accent and you could have any other accent in the world, which one would you pick?
I would take motherfucking Mark Godbeer's accent. This dude, this guy has the most beautiful Australian British accent you've ever seen.
He's very studious.
I thought he was going to steal my girl, bro. At the last fight, my very first bare knuckle fight, Mark Godbeer's chilling in there, and I got my girl here looking all beautiful, blonde, sexy and shit. And I'm cutting like 30 pounds, so I'm just dying. And Mark Godbeer looks over and he's like, "How you doing? How's the weight cut going, bro?" And I was like, "Hey, it's going good." He's like, "Positive vibes, mate. Positive vibes." And my girl just like looks over at him and she's like, "I'm gonna go get his autograph." And I'm like, "No, fuck you ain't. You are not approaching this man." Like,
Sit down.
You don't have anything to sign.
It's too big, too sexy, and it's too good of an accent. We are not doing this. So,
she's over there like Happy Gilmore with her shirt open.
I know. She's like, "Can you sign me?" I was just like, "Go back to the room. We're gonna fight that night." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here."
I think you're not feeling good.
Oh, man, that's funny. All right, number 2.
If you punch yourself in the face and it hurts, does that mean you're weak or strong?
You're straight pussy. If you punch yourself in the face and it hurts, you're a pussy. If it feels good and you get that little dopamine rush and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's good," you're a man. So
I feel like you've thought about this.
I punched myself in the face just to make sure.
And he thinks about it every single time, man. He's like,
tested
it. Number 3, would you rather eat rotten eggs or drink sour milk?
Fuck. Shit, man. Those are some pretty bad options.
They are.
God, I think I'd have to go with the rotten eggs. I don't know. I feel like sour milk is the worst, man. It's so bad. I can choke a rotten egg down real quick.
There's really no good answer on that.
I don't like it. I don't even like dairy, really.
I just didn't want to chew. That's one thing. When I was answering this question, I was like, I don't want to chew. So even if there's chunks in the milk, I'm gonna try to just drink it down.
I'll drink spit chew before I do any of these two right here.
Oh God,
yeah, I'll take that. Fuck rotten milk and eggs, man.
I don't know.
All right, hey, it's officially pumpkin. Oh, go ahead, Mike. This is your.
It's officially pumpkin spice season. Are you pro or anti pumpkin spice?
I'm only pumpkin and spice, bro. That is the best, single best. I didn't even drink coffee until I had a pumpkin and spice latte. I was just like, what? Extra drizzle, extra whipped cream, extra spice. Let's get it. It's a limited time.
Fuck yeah.
Did you guys just become best friends?
Yep.
Bunk beds?
Yep.
You want to go do karate in the garage?
Yep.
All right, last question for you, D-Day. Here it is. What is the best new thing you've tried recently?
Best new thing.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be anything. Food, jumped out of a plane, watching a show.
Oculus porn.
I am really like, I have like a very structured routine life. Like I do the same thing every day. New thing. Oh yeah, I went to a tarot card reading. Blew my mind, bro. I swear to God, it was like the most accurate thing ever. I was like, okay, either I'm very impressionable or this is like straight like black magic, because it was like extremely accurate. So yeah.
Did she tell you that you're gonna win via first round knockout on September 10th?
No. Yeah, well, she told me I was gonna. She's like, you're gonna lose.
Did she say that?
She did. She was like, bro, you're hung up on your ex. She's like, you're hung up on your ex. You only got so much energy. You're gonna lose unless you can get over this chick. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, you're just gonna freaking call me out, like right here in the middle of the tarot card reading. I'm like, I don't think that's the case. I think I had the dream myself, but the rest of it was accurate. That was the least accurate portion of it.
That's fucking hilarious. You didn't flip the table and say, fuck you, Miss Cleo.
I did.
Get the hell out of here.
But she said that she knew that was coming too. She was like, I already prepared for that. So she like whipped the cloth over.
Dude, I love this.
She had a second table pushed in.
Right.
She didn't tell you that your bike. She didn't tell you that your bike was in the basement at the Alamo, did she?
No, she didn't say anything like that.
Oh, good. Thank God, man. Because she would have definitely been a scam artist if that was the case.
Kevin Smith says, "Was that Madam Riggs that did the reading?"
No. I can't give any. Secrets. This is a top secret. She also gave me the win scenario. I can't give you that because if you guys knew how I was going to win, then you guys would be the best too, and I can't let that happen. So.
Dude, man, that's fucking fantastic. Josh, we are looking forward to September 10th. You and Joe Riggs in the co-main event, BKFC, I believe it's 29, BKFC 29, okay. Great Falls, Montana. Any last words for our audience before we let you go?
Yeah, get your popcorn, get your water, take a piss first. You don't want to miss this fight. There's going to be a lot of good fights that night, but don't miss this one because the way I fight, we go out there, we go to town, we're going to put on a show. The name of the game is entertainment. So I'm out here to entertain. I don't care if I win or lose. I'm here to entertain. So you guys are going to have a good fight no matter what. So whoever you want to win, go root for him. It's going to be great. And yeah, it's going to be a great night. And then we're going to go crash that after party after I whoop his ass. So it's going to be great. He's throwing a big after party. We're going to celebrate there.
There it is, man. Yeah. Josh Dyer sounding ready, confident, heading into BKFC 29. Thank you very much for coming on the show tonight, and we will be tuned in.
Yep, sounds good. You guys have a good night. Thanks for having me.
Take it easy.
All right,
man.
Good, man. Take it easy.
Later.
We'll see it. Bye.
That was D-Day, not Kendall. He said D-Day. Yeah, man.
On Tapology, it says Kendall now. And I didn't even know he switched to Kendall.
That guy is funny as hell. I'll tell you right now. He's a character. We met him down in Biloxi for the first time, and we had a conversation with him.
For Birmingham.
Was it Birmingham? Him and Zach Kalmus.
Yeah.
And
that was Birmingham, Alabama.
That was Birmingham, Alabama, and get those two characters in the same room together, and it's fucking pure magic. All right, we got one last guest for the evening. He is fighting very soon. I think we're gonna let him tell us about it in a second here. He is returning. He has not fought since he fought for the vacant it was the inaugural? It was the inaugural 165-pound BKFC title against Elvin Brito. And his name.
What a battle.
What a battle. Here he is, Kaleb Lionheart Harris. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's happening?
I just almost home. I almost made it to the house before y'all brought me on.
All right. Well, we'll take you off and bring you back on in a minute. No, I'm just kidding.
What's up, dude? It's been a while since you've been in action. I know you've been honing your craft in the meantime, but I found out yesterday that we're going to see you back in action very soon.
Hell yeah.
Tell us about it. What's up, man?
So, as you know, I can't announce opponents or anything like that until they announce it first. But let's just say I'm channeling my inner GSP, and I'm going to be wiping some of these L's on my record off the table.
There you go. And when is this happening?
It's going to be October 1st, Monroe, Louisiana, the Lorenzo Hunt Quentin Henry fight. I'll be fighting on that card. It's about 2 hours away, so I'm looking to bring a huge crowd to Louisiana, and I'm happy to be on the first BKFC card in Louisiana.
That was what I was going to ask you. Being from Mississippi, that can't be that far from your hometown, correct? And you said 2 hours.
No, Monroe. I actually just had a teammate fight in Monroe not too long ago, and I think it was about 2 hours away. So as soon as Nate Shook and them get me set up on tickets, I'm going to be shelling out tickets left and right.
So I have to say, you said you're going to try to be getting these L's off the table. So I'm guessing that's not Brito, but I could be wrong. So there's only two other people, and the one that I think makes sense and that people thought was gone and then back and then gone and then back and then gone, Jim Ehlers. And then there's Harris.
Just gonna have to let you. Y'all just gonna have to wait and find out, man.
He's not going to tell you, Mike. He already.
I know,
said
but I'm putting it out there so we can read his facial expressions, and then we can kind of try to make a guesstimation on who he's fighting, right? So it's either Harris Stevenson or it's Jim Ehlers, right? That's probably what it's going to be here.
Blink
think,
twice.
At the end of the day, just know this, Mike. Before any of them guys retire, including Elvin, I will be having my win, because I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says about the two fights with me and Elvin. Those split decisions, nobody wants to go out with a barely getting a win, barely scraping by. They want a definitive win. And, you know, if me and Elvin got to fight 5 times before it's all said and done, it's going to be me and him left at the top. These other guys, Lewis and all them, you know, all respect. But at the end of the day, I'm coming. I don't care how long it takes. I'm not the guy that wins in the first time, but I promise you I will be the guy that lasts the longest.
You know, you just mentioned about how close your two fights with Elvin Brito were. Elvin Brito has really made quite a career out of very close fights. Let us know what your thoughts were on the Luis Palomino Elvin Brito fight, because there were a lot of mixed opinions on that one. And depending on the person, you know, some people had Elvin winning it. Some people had Palomino winning it. Where did you see that fight? How did you see that fight?
So the way you have to understand is you have to understand how these judges are still learning how to judge bare knuckle fights, or honestly judging fights in general, because there's the fights that we just had this past weekend, which, wow, is one word for them. But I started realizing what the judges are looking for, and as a fighter, you can't go off of your fighter's mind thinking that you're winning a round, because I saw them claiming that a lot of shots were considered landed, that were landing to like the shoulders, to the elbows, that, you know, they were shots that were blocked, but they were counting them as landed shots. So basically, to me, it was like, if you go out there and you just swing a bunch of times and overwhelm your opponent, then okay, they think you're winning the fight, when the other person may be landing more shots. From a fighter's perspective, watching Lewis and Elvin fight, I had Lewis 3-2. I had Elvin winning 2 of the rounds. I can't remember which 2 it was, but I do remember saying Elvin may have this, because I've done watched that fight like 3 or 4 times, studying on both of them. And I thought Elvin might have it at one point. But I feel like at the end of the day, Lewis pushed out 3 rounds to Elvin's 2. But okay, I could see, if you're going by how other judges have scored some fights, I could see where some of the judges might have given it to Elvin. I could see where some people think that Elvin would have won the majority of the rounds. But at the end of the day, I'm not a judge. I'm a fighter. And I'm getting really tired of leaving it in people's hands that I don't feel are qualified anymore. So I'm fixing to start just laying people out on the I'm fixing to start just laying people back out on the floor and leaving it there.
As Big Ben says in the comments right there, don't even let it go to the judges. That's the safest
That's
way.
exactly right. It's a friggin' honor to have Big Ben commenting on this.
Yeah, Big Ben's always in the comments. So we got a lot of people tuning in right now. You got another 165-pound adversary that was just on the show. Brad Kelly's in here too. He says he'll be there at the top as well. King of the Mountain.
So it's so funny because my second bare knuckle fight, when I fought Jonathan Vestante, I actually had to turn down a fight with Brad Kelly for MMA because I was waiting on the call for bare knuckle. So
really,
I think it would be awesome as a freaking King of the Mountain tournament for the 160 to fight. If David Feldman still wants to do a 165-pound tournament and the winner gets the next title shot, I'm down. Like I told him after I lost to Elvin, I have no problem being back at the bottom of the ladder and working my way back up. I have no problem with that. I'm a fighter. I'm here for the next 10 years or more. And I'll fight anybody and everybody that I've got to do to get to my belt.
Oh, I love to hear that. 10 years. That's great.
You know what? What you just said, and I love this because you're more of the I will earn instead of I deserve. And I love that. And I tell my troops that, and I say everything you get is earned. No, you don't deserve shit. You earn shit. Okay. And that's kind of like your attitude right there. Listen, I was just in a title fight, but I lost. So I don't have a problem earning my way, earning that title shot back by going through everybody in my fucking way. And I love that shit, dude.
I appreciate it, man, because that's how I've lived my life. Like, I don't deserve anything. I still kind of surprised that my fiance is willing to marry me in the next, let's say, the first 9 days. So I'm telling you, I definitely don't deserve her. But yeah, I actually had to make sure it was okay with her that I was going to be going through fight camp during our wedding and all. And she goes, I don't care what you do. I'm eating cake. I was like, well, I'm fighting it. I mean, I'm going to eat cake too. I just may not have as much.
Yeah.
Dude, so
you got to let loose
September
a little bit.
10th.
Like a couple drinks,
What's that now?
I said you got to let loose a little bit, have a couple drinks.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Live it up. And congratulations, by the way.
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, congratulations for sure, dude. So the big day is September 10th?
Yep. Got rehearsal this Saturday, and the wedding is next Saturday. Normally the rehearsal's the night before, but my girl told me she didn't want to miss training. So
are you gonna have the fights on?
I was just gonna say that. Are you gonna get caught? Are you gonna get caught checking the app on your phone at any point of that night, like checking out these fights?
I mean, there may be a time or two where we have to step off to see a fight or two. I mean, every one of my groomsmen are fighters or people that train with me. So I mean, literally, my groomsmen pictures are going to be me boxing them in my suit. So
that's cool,
dude. That's awesome. Not my wedding, but I had to go to a good friend of mine's wedding, and we're from New England, so Boston sports is huge, and the Celtics were in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals, right? And like the fucking Game 7's on, and I'm like, we can't go to the wedding. Amy's like, we're going to the fucking wedding. I'm like, I'm finding a TV in that place and I'm watching this goddamn game. And she's like, no, you're not. You're going to this wedding and you're going to fucking participate. Me and a couple of my buddies found a room downstairs of this venue. There was like a closed bar, turned the TV on, and like every 10 minutes we were fucking running downstairs, having a beer, like watching the game and then running back up there. It was freaking hilarious, man.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, man. That's been me most of my life. Like we're always going to make sure that we've like going on. Y'all might actually get like a small
He's hopping from.
Hold on, you're hopping into Wi-Fi from not Wi-Fi maybe, and you're breaking up big time.
1 second, guys.
Yeah, you know what? We should.
Hey, while we're doing that, hey, shout out to some people. Uncle Pete's in the comments. Kevin Smith, Big Ben, Susan Walker, as always, and the Weekly Bus. The guys from the local podcast to where this event's going to be taking place out in Montana.
Yeah,
those guys at the Weekly Bus are putting in work and trying to come up out there. So shout out to them. They're always sharing our stuff. We appreciate them. And they're big Kai Stewart guys, man. So those boys will be in the house cheering their boy on for sure.
Yep. Hello to Monica, Brad Kelly. Got a bunch of people in here watching right now. They want to see Kaleb Lionheart Harrison. They want to know what the hell's going on with him. Who's he fighting? Where's he going to be fighting? Well, we got the answer. October 1st. Who? Well, that's your guess. Look at his losses. Make your decision.
Can you tell us? Are you going to be the co-main, or do you not know that so much yet?
As of right now, according to the contract, I'm not a co-main or main or anything like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a few Louisiana guys down there, and they all. I mean, every Louisiana guy that I've ever met gets rowdy, so they're probably whoever can sell the most tickets is probably going to have those spots.
Mike and I are not so familiar with Monroe, Louisiana. Is that a far ride from like New Orleans or?
Yeah, it's I don't know exactly where on the map. I mean, I had a baseball coach for a geography teacher, and I slept during his class. So, but basically it's about 4.5 hours, because at one point we were thinking of taking our honeymoon on a cruise the day after my fight. And that was going to mean that we were going to have to get done fighting, wake up the next morning, and drive 4.5 hours down to New Orleans to get on a boat. And I just wasn't doing that.
Well, we were talking earlier about the people that live in that area or in the state not far, Lafayette, so like Dustin Poirier or DC, maybe going to be at the fights, because it seems as though when BKFC comes to town, all the combat, I feel like it's like that for combat sports in general. It's kind of like a tight community. So MMA, boxing, BKFC, they all show up and show out, and they want to see this new sport. This is a new sport. Not a lot of people have been able to see it live. And when they do, they fall in love. As we saw in Albuquerque, there were some people there. Michelle Waterson was there, Holly Holm, Diego Sanchez. I mean, Leonard Garcia fought, but he was there. They love it. They love it there. We even met some guy who went there who never saw it before, him and his wife, and they loved it. I mean, they were ecstatic at the end.
Man, it's one of the most exciting sports. I mean, nobody wants to admit it, but at our very nature, we crave violence. We crave blood. That we were born eons ago from cavemen that savagely hunted animals or they died. So over the years, you look at it, when the Romans were in charge, they had gladiators. It was a cruel punishment for their slaves, but people enjoyed watching it. I mean, at the end of the day, the human condition makes you crave violence, and you're not going to get anything more bloody than bare knuckle boxing. You might, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still a huge fan of MMA. I still love watching the UFC fights. I still crave elbowing somebody in the face from time to time. And I still haven't put it out of my books that I might come back to MMA at some point. Right now, BKFC is my home. I love it. They take care of me. My manager, Kevin Smith with Smith Bros, makes sure that I'm always took care of. So, this is where I am right now. But I mean, you can't help but love bare knuckle when you watch it. And if I get to meet Dustin Poirier again and fight in front of him again, I'm going to be ecstatic. Because, I mean, I've already fought in front of him once ringside. So, I mean, I can't wait to do it again.
How about Theo Vaughn? You think Theo Vaughn will be there?
Uh-oh. Do what?
Are you breaking up a little bit?
You're
We're
breaking up
losing
there, Caleb.
Can you hear
you.
me
We're
now?
losing you. We're losing
You're glitchy. You're like John. What's that? What was that dude? Max Headroom back in the day.
you. Yes. You know what's weird is you had better reception, and he had better reception in the car than he did. Oh, there
How's
he is.
that?
Hey, that's better.
You're better now.
Not much better. Clear as day.
What the hell just happened? What'd you do?
I connected to the Wi-Fi apparently.
Oh, there you go.
Now you're like high definition and
Yes.
crystal clear.
Oh, well, that's not good because I look rough right now, man. I ain't got my hair cut yet.
No.
Stop being
You look
modest.
great, man. Everyone loves to see you. Everyone loves to see you fight. Like you said, Dustin Poirier got to see you fight that one time. I was saying maybe Theo Vaughn will be out there. That fucking funny bastard. He's a Louisiana guy too, and he loves combat sports as well.
Dude, like he's hilarious.
Yeah.
That would be
Yes,
awesome.
he is.
I'd love to get on his show. That would be awesome. So,
Oh my
Theo
God.
Vaughn, if you happen to see this, I am 100% down to get on your show.
Talk a little shit with that guy. He really is like a different brand of funny, man. Like he was telling that he did that one stand-up where he was talking about like his neighborhood and how like his black friends were like, dude, you guys took everything that we ever had and you owe us. He was like, you think I took anything from you? He goes, and then just moved right next door. He goes, I live next to you. Whoever took your shit took my shit too. He's like, we're in this together, bro. I was laughing so hard at that. His brand of comedy is hilarious.
It is funny. And the funny thing, and if you remember, he was on like Road Rules season 1, I think, way back in the day. And Kyle was showing me this clip where it's a YouTube video of a bunch of clips of Road Rules. And it's showing that people didn't understand his humor. Like they all thought like he was an idiot and like would just make stuff up. And then, and they were like, we don't think Theo knows what he's talking about.
He told the people on the bus, he was like, yeah, man. He's like, we used to have this blind guy in my neighborhood that we thought was just doing bad magic. And they were like, what? Just like he did, like none of that shit. He's like, he kept fucking like knocking shit down and like throwing things around. And it turns out he was blind. We thought he was just like a really bad magician. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking? Like he's just completely fucking with them the whole time.
He's that type of guy that if you can't understand his humor, you're gonna try and get him canceled. It's one or the other. You either understand the type of humor or you're trying to cancel that type of humor.
Yep.
Yeah, man. He had Mike Perry on like a month ago, and it was just him and Mike Perry in like an RV for like a half an hour. I mean, no, for like an hour straight talking to each other. And you know what kind of character Mike Perry is. So you just take Mike Perry, like, thugged out Mike Perry, crazy man, sitting across from Theo, and that conversation was like pure gold for like an hour straight. It's fucking hilarious. If you guys haven't heard it, look it up.
It is a good one. It's a real good one. Mike Perry talks about how he fought the neighborhood with his dad.
I think Mike Perry's been hitting the head a time or two.
I think so.
Well, you know what? Let's ask you about that because, 165 is not far off from 175. What'd you think about that MVP Mike Perry fight? And, would a trek up to 175 rumbling with some of those guys be somewhere in your future?
Man, I'll be honest with you. Not. I mean, if the money's right and offered, I'd kind of be like Tyson Fury is now. The only reason I'm going to do it is if you give me enough zeros behind that number. 165 is my weight class. That is mine. I don't care if I have a belt or not. That weight class belongs to me. I fought 55 most of my life when I was walking around at 188 pounds. I hate fucking cutting weight. Well, sorry, Mama, for saying that, but I hate it. And now I walk around at 178 pounds and I fight at 165 and I feel greater. I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. So
nice.
If I wanted to bump up to 175, maybe. I know I could cause some problems, but the 165 division's packed enough and I got enough heads that I want to take before I start wondering about stepping into another division.
You know what? If you walk around 170, 78, then like you're gonna end up fighting somebody who cuts from like 210 down to 175.
Yep.
And then come fight night, they're back up to 195, 200 pounds. It ain't worth it. You're in a division that you love, and you fit well in there. You're at the top of that division. So but what were your thoughts before we're gonna let you get out of here pretty soon? But what did you think about that Mike Perry MVP fight?
From everything that I was able to watch, I really enjoyed it. I've always been a fan of MVP. Always hope to get to meet him one day. Would like to chat with Mike Perry too, for that matter. They're just a couple of interesting guys, and I'm always looking to have conversations with people like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was curious to see how MVP's style was going to play into the quick 2-minute rounds, and I think now, if he comes back and fights again, which I hope he does, I think we will see a completely different MVP, because I think he realizes that the way he fought was a little too slow paced and strategic. Yeah. And sometimes you kind of got to let that wild animal come. Like, you can be a boxer in bare knuckle boxing. You can, but you have to know when to switch that animal on and off with the aggression. And MVP was landing every time he went to throw a shot, he was landing it, but he wasn't landing enough at enough volume, I think. And Mike Perry's coming in here like a freaking tank, and he's not caring at all if he gets hit. I mean, I think the man's nose has been broken more times than anybody in this world, but he's just going in there and just taking heads. And so I figured his aggressive style was going to be a lot, that BKFC was going to like it a lot more than MVP style in the beginning. So, I mean, the fight was still very entertaining. I loved it. Would love to see them run it back again, to be honest.
Do you know what fight I didn't love? And I'm not, I hope nobody takes the offense to this. I didn't really love the Joe Elmore Connor Turney fight. And it mainly is because of the way Joe fought the fight. And I know that he says he won the fight on the stat cards, which I don't understand. I'm going to have to, like we were talking earlier with Brad Kelly, I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that, because I think I could watch it 100 times, and 100 out of 100 times I would think Connor Turney won that fight. When Joe Elmore, after 3 rounds of trying to clown around and like try to bait him, you know how Joe puts his hands back and like sticks his jaw out there and tries to get he was trying to bait Connor into like something. It wasn't working. And like you said, you need to know when to like turn on the pit bull and bulldog forward and fucking make it a dirty fight. And I feel like if Joe Elmore would have turned it into a dirty scrap brawl of a fight, he might have pulled that fucking win out. I don't know what your thoughts were on that.
Well, see, that's the key to bare knuckle. That's how you find out the boxer versus the MMA guy. Where's that line of, okay, who actually has the better chance at winning these types of fights? And it really, it comes down to the individual, and that's a cheesy way to say it, or a cop-out. But if you're fighting a boxer that is always boxed, you make it a brawl. You make it a dirty, dirty brawl to take him out of his comfort zone. You don't go out there to box the boxer. Sometimes it works. I did it with Finley, and I outboxed the boxer. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Connor Tierney made Joe Elmore fight his fight. Connor Tierney is a boxer. He's a precision striker. He's not a brawler. So every time Joe tried to come in and brawl, Connor would land his shots and get out of the way. And I mean, I know MMA took the rule set with part of it being judged on damage. And you look at the damage that was done. And don't get me wrong, I love Joe. Haven't really met Connor yet, other than the one time he called me out. But other than that, I mean, they're both great fighters. They're both great guys, and they put on a hell of a show. But Connor made Joe fight his fight. I think if Joe would have tried to box a little bit more in the beginning instead of taking damage needlessly, I think it would have been better. I think it would have turned out a little bit differently. I think that when Conor finds somebody that can box and brawl, I think he's going to have problems. But that's just my opinion.
Like you? Are you talking about this guy right here? Is that what you're doing?
Look, man, I would love to. I'm not the type of guy to call folks out right after they fight. Mm-hmm. That's like trying to jump on somebody's coattails. I would love to fight any of those guys. You know, I haven't fought since January 31st. Right. I was supposed to fight in May, and when the card kind of had to get shortened, I wasn't able to. I was dealing with some stuff, and honestly, this is perfect opportunity. I was dealing with some mental health issues. I was dealing with some anxiety problems. My whole demeanor changed in the gym. I didn't want to be in the gym. I didn't want to do anything. I was in a bad place, and I didn't really understand why. I turned down the Jackson fight in my hometown to come back and fight. They came back the second time. I'm the reason BKFC even considered coming to Jackson. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that was a hard thing for me to do. I had to literally sit there with my coach and my best friend 2 days after telling them, hey guys, I got a lot going on. I'm not able, if we're not doing this May 6th card, then I want to take a few months and get myself right and just get back to enjoy training. And so David Feldman, Nate Shook, they both reached out to me. They called me, checked on me. Again, people may say what they want about the promotion. I've never been treated wrongly, but I literally had to sit there in front of my best friend with tears in my eyes because I didn't want to be a disappointment to the fans for not fighting in Jackson. And I had to do what was best for me. And what was best for me was I had to take a step back. I didn't get out of the gym. I still trained every single day. So to my opponent who may be watching and to any other 165ers, don't get it twisted. I never once stopped training. But I had to get back to that basic, I'm having fun doing this. It's not a job anymore. It's back to being fun. And, you know, I went and wrestled a little bit, went and did some jiu-jitsu, got back into my boxing, been working with a couple of guys. And now I feel like I'm a better boxer. I feel like I'm a better fighter. And I feel like my fighter IQ has doubled in the last couple of months because I took a break. And so to any fighter out there that feels like they got to fight, you know, that if not, they're going to look weak or anything. I'm here to tell you right now, look, I straight up told the boss man, I'm not right in the head right now and I need time.
Good for you.
They gave me my time, and now it's my time to come back and start laying people out.
Wow. Well, sorry to hear you were going through that, but like, good for you to like recognize it and take the step back and take care of yourself, because not enough people recognize that something's wrong. You know what I mean? But a lot of people just go through their whole life just driving through every day with all this fucking pressure and anxiety on them. And then, you know, sometimes it boils over and something really bad happens, man. So good for you. I know that you, like, not saying that like you were this, but you're a big advocate for suicide awareness and mental health and suicide awareness. They go, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, some guy who doesn't have some sort of like mental anguish going on and just kill. Nobody is just like walking around super happy one day and they're like, I'm going to fucking kill myself today. Something's always going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
everybody's always fighting their own demons. Yeah. Even if you don't know what's going on with them, like, and that's my outlook on anybody. I don't try to be an ass to anybody because you never know what somebody's going through. If they're being a jerk back to you, I try not to take that as, well, there's a problem with me. I take that as they've got something going on that's making them snap out at somebody like me. And so I just, hey man, you good? Well, why are you asking? Because you're acting like an ass right now, you know? So what's up, you know? And so, yeah, I took some time off. I got everything ready. Big thank you to my sponsor, Knockout Canada. They continued to check on me. They made sure I was good. They stayed true to their sponsorships. And for that, I will always be a loyal fighter for Knockout Canada. In fact, I got their fight shorts literally staring at me on the table right now, ready to go for tomorrow for training.
Nice. You know, Knockout Canada, they sponsor a lot of fighters, and I never hear anybody have anything bad to say about them. A lot of people are very loyal to them because they are very loyal to their fighters. So that's pretty cool, man. I don't know who Knockout Canada is, but we do see their brand on all you guys, and it's apparent that they're obviously taking care of you guys. That's awesome.
They understand that if they take it, it's kind of how I think all businesses should be. If you take care of your employees will take care of you. So just like you said, you don't even know who owns Knockout Canada, but you see them everywhere. You know, when somebody mentions Knockout Canada, you know who represents them because they take care of us as fighters.
Yep.
They have to. They must be, because everybody's repping them and everybody always has good things to say about them. But like you said, I have no idea who they are. I never took the time to go to their website. I apologize to Knockout Canada.
I have
for not looking them up. But.
I've gone there and I still don't really know who owns it or does anything. So.
Hey man,
but
Mike, you put a star on a comment over here.
I did. Didn't want to interrupt Kaleb for talking, but there is some breaking news. If you want to bring that up, Kyle, I got it.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Bobo versus Rothwell just announced for Monroe. So on the same card as you, Bobo.
Yeah, well, there's y'all's answer. That's the co-main event right there.
There it is. And I actually have this that I just got out real quick while you guys were talking. MMA fighting. It's legit. Ben Rothwell meets Bobo Bannon, October 1st, BKFC. Monroe.
Makes a lot of sense on what Bobo posted earlier today, asking whoever done the Vegas odds to put him as the underdog with 10,000 plus.
Wow.
I'd put money on it.
I'll tell you right now, man, they're building a good card with Lorenzo and Quentin at the top, Ben Rothwell and Bobo at the co-main, Caleb Harris and Jim Ehlers at the feature. I'm just joking. We're fishing now. We're fishing is what we're doing, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Caleb, man, we're so glad that you're back. We're so glad that you took a step back and took care of yourself and that you're feeling great going into this. Mike and I will be down there October 1st for that event. We have some Army stuff going on this month, so we're not going to make it out to Montana. So the next one we do get to will be in Monroe, and I'm really looking forward to this for sure.
I can't wait to see you guys again, man.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. We're going to ask you some off-the-wall questions real quick, and then I'm going to let you get going. All right, brother?
Bring it.
All right, speed round with Caleb Harris. Here we go. Number one, why do you think people started saying taking a dump or taking a pee when you're not taking it anywhere? What's that about?
If I had to give you a bullshit answer, I would say probably because back in the day, people actually did have to take it somewhere. They had chamber pots that they had to go take it out somewhere.
This dude's wicked smart.
He's wicked smart. That guy is
wicked smart,
dude. Oh, that's awesome. Good answer. The guy is smarter than your average fighter. Here we go. Number two.
Which famous celebrity would you want to punch in the face? Pick a couple if you want. Just punch them all.
Line them up.
Yeah. It's the row of faces to punch.
You know, I don't really have any celebrities that I wouldn't want to punch in the face.
No, you wouldn't.
It's always been celebrities that I wanted to meet.
Oh man, that's funny.
That's mainly because I don't watch the news or drama or anything. So
yeah.
I guess any of these that are all on board for cancel culture, I wouldn't mind punching them.
Yeah,
but
get them all in a room. Just get them all in a room and line them up and just.
But in all honesty, instead of punching him, I would really, really love to have Adam Sandler come to one of my fights.
Oh man,
yeah. I hear he's the coolest goddamn guy on the planet.
And that's why I want to meet him so bad, because Waterboy, Mr. Deeds, Happy Gilmore,
Billy Madison.
Those were the legend in my childhood.
You know, this guy Kevin Beckworth in the comments is just rattling off some names: Justin Bieber, Will Smith, Stephen A. Smith. He has a problem with Smiths. Kevin Smith, look out, because this guy's coming for all you.
Hey, he better not be coming after Kevin. All right. He gonna have a long, long night ahead of him if he tries to come after my guy.
Yeah, no one's going after Kevin. We all love him, man.
I always have the same answer. You know who it is?
Who is it?
Dr. Phil. Fucking hate that guy, man.
What?
I just want to punch him in the face. Can't stand him.
Mike
drives me nuts.
Dr. Phil.
He's such an arrogant asshole. I just can't stand him.
Oh man, I got too many to list. That's for sure.
Pee Wee
I'm out.
Herman. I love Pee Wee Herman. Damn it.
Oh, who would punch Pee Wee Herman?
Paging
All right,
Mr. Herman.
number
Mr.
3,
Herman.
Caleb. This is a tough question. Are eyebrows considered facial hair?
I don't know. Hang on a second. Hey, babe, are eyebrows considered facial hair?
Yeah. It's hair on your face.
That's what I was thinking. It's hair on your face. So
You get
Oh,
it trimmed, right? You get it threaded.
It's a
Maybe
I
tough
don't know
some
what you
do.
do, but
I'm about to say, no, this is, you see this Cro-Magnon forehead I got here, man? I ain't doing nothing to it.
Cro-Magnon. Here we go. Number 4.
have you ever drank a pickleback shot?
Is that where you just take a shot of pickle juice after a shot?
A shot of
Yes, pretty
whiskey
much.
followed by a shot of pickle juice.
I don't think I've ever done that together, but I literally will go drink pickle juice just to drink it. Like, I mean, I enjoy it.
I had a couple of friends of mine one time were like, "Hey, we're gonna do pickleback shots," and I was like, "Wait, pickleback shots?" So yeah, we're getting shots of whiskey, and I was like, "Nah, I'm already out. I don't want to have shots of whiskey tonight. I'm done." And they're like, "No, you do that, and then you do pickle juice," and I was like, "That didn't make me want to do the shot at all." Like, I'm even further out now.
I like pickle juice, and somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, we're gonna do shots of alcohol and then drink pickle juice," and I'm like, "That's not how you negotiate for somebody to come do shots."
No, not at all. But I'm going to tell you what.
Go ahead.
It
Tell 'em,
changed my
Mike.
life. It changed my life in shot taking because they talked me into it. Of course, it's not hard for your friends to talk you into doing stupid ass shit. So they're like, "Come on, just do it." I'm telling you. So you just throw the shot back quick, and then by the time you even start to taste the whiskey from throwing it back, the pickle juice is already washing it down, and then you just get the aftertaste of just a little bit of pickle juice. You don't even feel like you took a shot. The burn, nothing. You get nothing. It's very dangerous, actually. It's dangerous.
I was about to say that sounds very dangerous.
Horribly dangerous.
Because it doesn't take but about 2 or 3 shots, and I'm already buzzing. So
Brad Kelly's on board with us. Next time we see you, Brad, we're doing some pickle.
Brad probably does pickle shots before he spars.
Yeah, he probably does. You're probably right about that. Nah, man, it's fantastic. You'll love it. And last but not least, best French fries: McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's.
None of them. None of them. Pearl, Mississippi, Frisco's Deli has the best French fries ever. I crave them every single fight camp when I'm not allowed to have them. And as soon as the fight is over with, I immediately go buy 2 boxes worth of fries and only fries. I have literally ate there so much that the guys literally have started giving me free food because I keep their light bill on.
Pearl's where?
Pearl, Mississippi. It's right outside of Jackson. It's where we still have clean water at.
There you go, man. Kaleb Lionheart Harris with a fantastic speed round. Dude, we are looking forward to having you back. For real, when you are able to announce your opponent, we get a little closer to the fight. If you want to come back on and talk about it, you are welcome anytime. Take a minute, say a few last words, talk to the audience. A lot of people are still watching right now.
So first, I want to thank all my sponsors so far. And if anybody in the comments is looking for a fighter that doesn't talk a lot of trash, comes out there and puts on a show, and you're looking to sponsor somebody, I'm your guy. Just get at me or at Kevin Smith. But I want to thank Knockout Canada for not only some of the best fight shorts that I've ever had, but also for the jogging pants, the shirts, the hoodies. Everything is comfortable. Everything is great. Y'all keep my camps running smoothly. Undisputed Consulting just came on. One of my good buddies, John Malouf, a former fighter and former training partner, is sponsoring me as well. I want to thank everybody. Mary Jane's House of Glass. With the new things that are going on, we may not be able to work out a deal anymore, but y'all always showed me love and y'all always took care of me. So big shout out to them. And then finally, Downrange Lifestyle. I can't say enough good stuff about them. I mean, you guys are veterans. They're from across the pond. They're veterans. It's a veteran-owned company. They live by the ethos of pushing life to the fullest. And I'm proud that they found me and were willing to ask me to be one of their ambassadors. If you go to their website, you'll find my info on there. I cannot recommend enough. Pay the extra for the shipping from out of country. Get you a couple of these shirts. Those are some of the best fitting shirts ever. And then, as always, guys, if there's anybody out there that's dealing with anything hard, If you're going through life and life is just throwing you a shit sandwich and you just feel like you can't take it anymore, just take a moment and breathe. As long as you have breath in your lungs and a beat in your heart, it will get better. It may get worse before it does, but it can always get better as long as you keep moving. If you ever sit down and you give up, then that is the best you will ever have. So always have that little bit of hope growing inside of you, because with just a little seed of hope, you can conquer any fear or any problem you're going through. And if there's nothing, nobody else will listen to you, message me on Facebook, Instagram. I may not get to you right away, but I promise you I am not ignoring you, and I will get to you and talk to you, because nobody deserves to go through this hell on life by themselves. And I promise you it can always get better.
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
that was
Awesome.
great, man. Thank you very much for that, Kaleb. Awesome stuff. Genuine guy here. Pay attention. October 1st, he'll be back in the squared circle putting on a show for you guys again. Thank you very much for coming on tonight, and we look forward to talking to you in the future again.
Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a blessed night.
All right,
Thanks,
brother.
you
Take
too.
it easy, man. Wow, man, that was cool.
What a guy.
That he's a solid. I'll tell you right now, man. Like we say this all the time, man. Some of the people that we have met in this organization, in this sport, like on this roster, are some of the fucking best people I've ever met in my life, man. Just straight up genuine, good people that just happen to enjoy punching somebody in the face with their bare knuckles.
Yep.
Right?
We've met so many awesome people, and it's crazy that it's everybody's personalities are just all over the place, you know. And we've met so many fighters, not just the fighters, the management, the production crew.
Oh yeah,
just everyone. There's just been so many good people. This has been a wild ride. Families of fighters. We got Monica in here.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just
tight
group. It's a tight
really
group of really good people, man. There's very few dickheads in this in this thing that we're in right now, man.
Yeah.
Like Kevin just said, such a genuine human being. It's an honor to work with him for sure, man. He's a good kid, good dude. And like you said, man, his like you could message him, leave his I'm sure you leave your phone number in his Facebook Messenger and he'll call you. Like he'll call you up and he'll talk to you. That's a good ass dude.
Oh yeah.
Man, awesome show. Josh Dyer, Brad Kelly, Kaleb Harris. Thank you guys all for coming on. Hey, shout out to Lions Not Sheep for giving us this stuff. They don't sponsor our I mean, if they want to sponsor our show, they could sponsor our show, but they gave us some badass gear. They gave us a flag that I got to figure out where I'm going to put up. They gave me this Lions Not Sheep hat that doesn't really quite fit my head right, so I'm just putting it on my skeleton back here. But
they gave bracelets, stickers, t-shirts.
They
awesome people.
They hooked us up with a bunch of stuff. Shout out to them. Thank you to the BKFC for showing us the hospitality that they always do this past weekend. Man,
thanks to everyone watching the show, and you
guys been tuning in like crazy.
We shouted out a bunch of people. We have we have a new person here who said, "Killer Show, y'all get some awesome guests." Thank you, Gloveless Fighter, for watching. If this is your first time, welcome to the Mike and Mish Show. We are on every Wednesday and Thursday, and we will continue to get awesome guests and do awesome shows, the best that we can for the supporters of our show. You know, we trying to go hard here. We're trying to just get out of the military and do this for a living. So you know what? That's it. This is what we're doing. We're going all in. We're all in.
We are all in, man. And one last time before we sign off for the evening. Saturday is BKFC Thailand 3. We got the full card right here. Yep. Like we said before, like we had Nick Chapman. If you guys missed the Nick Chapman episode, go back and watch it because he does a really nice job breaking down this card for us. On top of having Burkow at the top with Erkin Verrill, there's also several other really interesting fights on here. And he did a good job. I'm not even going to attempt to try to recap what he did on our show, but go through there, check it out. He talked a lot about that. And if you don't have the app, go ahead and use that code down at the bottom. Get the app, man. Spend the $4.99 and enjoy some organized violence because we love it.
Yes, we do. We do love it. And if you get the app right now, you get all 4 pay-per-views for $4.99. You get the 1 month free. You can use our promo code down there, referral.barenukle.tv/mission accomplished. So you guys do that. You help us out. You get an awesome product. You get a free month. You see 4 awesome events in the short span. It's fantastic.
Damn, dude. And
the only way is up.
Right. You're in that Monroe card. We don't even know what's on that card other than the top 2 fights right now, but we know about 2.5 fights.
Some
right
rumblings
now.
out there of other fights, just rumblings. But
we have a few others. There's some rumblings, but I'm gonna tell you right now, man. They keep putting on banger events, and I can't see them getting anywhere but better. You know what I'm saying? So tune in. Catch us next week. We have quite a few guests already lined up. Mike, do you have the thing right in front of you, or I'm going to pull it
I
up
do
right now?
have it right in front of me. We
got it.
have on Wednesday, we will be starting Wednesday show off with James Lilly. He will be joining us, and it's going to be extremely late where he is, but he said he does not care. He will be coming on, followed by Brian Maxwell. And then after that, Jenny Savage will be back on the show after a long hiatus. We are excited to have her back here, see what she's up to. We get the 115-pound division. I'm sure she's happy about that. That's where a lot of these female fighters should have been fighting, but they didn't really have a choice but to fight at 125. So now they have that, and we're working on our Thursday show. There's so many people to get on and so little time.
Mike, you got to think that you got to imagine that the winner of the Savage fight on September 10th, that could be a title eliminator. I know that they're crowning the very first 115-pound champion that night, that main event with Britton and Fanny. But Jenny, and I don't know her opponent's name off the top of my head because I can't remember. I know that it was a hard name for me to remember, and you know how I am with names. I would imagine whoever wins that one gets the winner of the main event. So they're already setting themselves up for a future another title fight right down the road, right there in Montana. So it's fucking awesome, man.
Her name is Veronica Dmitrieva.
There you go.
Dmitrieva.
Better Mike than me. Anyways, guys, tune in next week when we bring you guys all them awesome guests. With that said, it's been a freaking hell of a ride for the last 7 days. Mike, you got anything else for these peeps?
No, the only thing I got left to say is peace.